Paul Charlo, who just picked up a win over Thomas Lamanna. This is your main event. This is round number 1. And remember, against pressure fighters, Plant's already selective punch output tends to dip, Brian.
No question about that. You have to see early on whether Resendiz can cut through, get inside that jab, really try to make Plant uncomfortable and let him know this is going to be a lot harder than he might expect.
It'll be interesting again since teaming up with Redman Edwards, both wins have come by way of knockout. And what we saw, as Hector mentioned, the adjustment he made against Trevor McCombie in his last fight, overcoming early adversity, including a shoulder shot, flash knockdown. He maneuvered McCombie to the ropes, became an inside brawler, working the body and head with combinations before stopping McCombie while still on his feet. It will be interesting to see if Plant shows some of that dog in him here tonight, Abner.
Yeah, I mean, I think once the pressure starts from Resendiz, you're going to see that out of Plant. But right now, being smart with the jab, the stick, keeping Resendiz at bay.
Yeah, he's also a very effective counter puncher. He would love to walk Resendiz into a counter punch with Resendiz pressure, but Resendiz right now very cautious, very respectful of the former 168-pound champion. Body shot by Resendiz.
You mentioned Resendiz looking the part this week of a main eventer, the confidence, the swag. Kind of looks like a young Mario Lopez, a huge boxing fan in his own right as well. But will that translate to winning rounds and hurting Caleb Plant as they feel each other out in the first round?
There's more from Resendiz taking this round out, trying to figure out what Plant brings. And Plant doing exactly what he's supposed to do against the fight that's in front of him. The jab, lateral movements, and waiting for Resendiz to come in and catch him with the straight right hands.
There it is. Resendiz beating that right hand. Plant splitting the guard. Plant on the back foot.
And that's another thing. Resendiz does not have the best defense out there. He gets hit a lot. So we hope to see that Plant, explosive early on.
Plant opponents have found success landing 35% of their power shots, and we would like to see if Resendiz can exploit that stat because, as we mentioned, against pressure fighters, Plant's output can dip, but he remains composed, calculating, and fully focused. And Brian, his mental fortitude second to none.
Just a gritty, tough, adaptable fighter inside of there. Fights with the veteranship, maturity, but also he can cut it out when he has to. And when we talk about Resendiz's pressure, I'm not alarmed at how slow he started the fight because it really is in the championship rounds where Resendiz might have the potential to have the biggest effect.
Seconds.
Yeah, he's a fighter that can pick it up any given round. Right now, some of the small thing versus just fighting from the outside. Caleb Plant.
Landing 4 of 32, Resendiz 2 of 13, neither landed a power shot.
Interesting for all the CompuBox numbers that support Resendiz being the pressure fighter. He's really trying to make Plant take the lead here and settling into almost a counter-punching role early on.
Yeah, and Plant's doing that exactly on cue what the corner told him. It looks like it's the game plan. Wait for Resendiz to come in, catch him with the overhand rights, counter punching, and not do more than that. If we have to win 12 rounds, just doing that, we can. The corner set. But again, I want to see Plant invest a little bit to the body as well.
Plant's a very effective body puncher above the division average.
Definitely want to invest to the body, break down Resendiz because there is going to come a time where Plant is going to fight in the inside.
Or not, according to Redman Edwards, as he mentioned, right? If he wins 12 rounds with a jab, so be it. But he doesn't want to show him too much too soon. He said he's by Resendiz.
It all comes down to Resendiz, the pressure, the volume. We're not seeing that from Resendiz in his early fight.
Talked about if there is a vulnerability in Plant, like we saw in the Benavidez fight, the Uzcategui win for the world title. It's that late, you can put that pressure on against it, but you got to get there, and you got to have have done something on the journey to getting there. But we're seeing a little uptick in that pressure from Resendiz here in round 2.
Can't get in, no jab behind the pressure from Resendiz.
We talked about Jermall Charlo having one of the best jabs in the sport, while Caleb Plant has a very solid jab as well.
Especially when he's countering off there with that quick check with the left hand, and he goes to the body there.
Under a minute left here in the second.
That's what they handle the jabs, right? Hernandez, Charlo, and now Plant.
Feeling out still here in round 2. How about those kicks? I'm kicking the Plant.
Inspired by the original Air Jordans, sweet hands, sweet feet. The best of the shoe surgeon. Doesn't want to spend too much time along the rope.
Take that fight out of the ball if you can early. So smart strategy with those pinpoint right hand pot shots down low.
Sharp job by Plant to start round 3. Just a great jab by Plant. Upstairs and downstairs, changing levels with it.
Just a really educated jab from Plant. Not a powerful jab, just a setting up jab to stick.
Even when Plant's at his best, it's a lot of movement, a lot of shit going away. Do you think there's anybody, Resendiz, that is hoping to use that against him, Tyron Pound?
Really, I mean, Conor is known to do that. He moves the ring really well. He waits for the right moment. I think it's just going to come down to a point where he's going to be able to counter easy Resendiz.
Landed the lead left hook to the body. Bounced off the high guard of Resendiz, but Resendiz unable to get on track, unable to put that pressure together and throw a lot of punches thanks to the jab and the movement of Plant as we expected.
Exactly, the lateral movements that Plant is doing. He's not doing a lot or too much movement, just enough to get you on a different side and angle to shoot your shots.
To really start to put the foot on the gas and maybe try to echo a little bit of the success Travis Brody had by being aggressive in that last fight for Caleb Plant and trying to catch him early and really change the momentum.
McCombie buzzed Plant in round 2, dropped him in round 4, albeit a flash knockdown with a shoulder shot, but he was unorthodox. He lunged into punches of the fight.
It is when you let your hands go is when you're going to do damage. Resendiz needs to do that. Push Plant back. Plant is known to go straight back. So you gotta follow up with 1 or 2 punches, just like Resendiz did.
Resendiz with a boisterous fan base here in Las Vegas. There's a check right hook again by Plant. Plant takes to the body with that left.
There's the fucking Resendiz on the strikes.
Resendiz' signature victory was an upset 10th round TKO against the comebacking former unified 154-pound champion Jarrett Hurd. Outfight contested at middleweight back in March of 2023. Larry Hazard has an unofficial scorecard. He has Plant ahead 29-28, gave the last round to Resendiz.
Yeah, the eye-catching punches definitely work from Resendiz. Closing out the right, the left.
Nice left hook curled around the high guard by Plant. Resendiz is a assistant trainer, Edgar Lasso, says he's a great body puncher.
Starting to see the swagger of Resendiz return. The activity's starting to pick up as he's sitting down on these shots.
And we noticed, watching fights from Plant, that sometimes he tires out so much that, it's a mental thing. There's times where the fighter's not even pressuring him, and he's backing himself. He can't do that in this fight.
And sometimes he can be overthinking,
Yes.
punches when he should.
And even in those moments right there, you are giving the moment the space and the right place to land your shot for Plant, and he does not pull the trigger. Beautiful body shot by Plant. Now we're committing one good body shot, then he's out of there.
You see the abrasions on the nose of Plant. Almost look like maybe a cup was opened up on the bridge.
Here comes Resendiz though. There's the jab. I'm seeing the jab a lot more from Resendiz.
And he's backing Plant up.
Resendiz said this week his plan is to pull this upset tonight, and then it's he that wants to fight Jermall Charlo next and continue to climb that ladder in this 168-pound division.
There's a moment there for Resendiz where he's going to take advantage of that moment and throw his punches.
Both of them trying to get the other to bite, opening up a counter punch opportunity. Jab to the body by Plant. They clinch again. Under 20 seconds left in the fourth. There's a reload from Resendiz.
Judge stuck in.
It's all bro Resendiz.
Slide.
He's landing way under 30 so far in this fight. Maybe starting to pick up steam, but through the first 4 rounds, we've seen a deceleration in his offensive output.
Yeah, we're going to have to start to see a little bit more than just a jab from Plant. He's got to give Resendiz respect, attention, because it seems like Resendiz is about to start picking it up and turn it into a different gear.
Seems to align with what Redman Edwards is really pushing Caleb to come off of that jab with that straight right to the body. Constantly force Resendiz into resetting and slowing down his momentum.
See, even that shuffle right there, bouncing around, that's what tires you
Yeah,
out.
spending unnecessary energy.
Unnecessary energy for Plant.
Plant going to the body, just like his trainer Redman Edwards wanted to do, Brian. The jab in the right hand.
It's a smart strategy here, but when you're Caleb Plant and you really are a versatile fighter, and he's proven that since adding Redman Edwards to his corner with his father Richie, if you're on that. But at the same time, you don't want to stay too long in the areas that Resendiz has the best opportunity to score, and that's certainly on the inside.
Resendiz coming for a double jab, the right hand to the body.
Yeah, you might want to start crossing now if you're Plant, and he's doing that right there. Nice 1, 2, 3, get out of harm's way. Step to the side, now straight back.
That's a body shot by Resendiz.
So look at Plant. Definitely got his attention.
Land on his back foot. Flashes the jab. Resendiz jabs him upstairs.
What a beautiful short power right hand from Plant. His infighting skills continue to evolve.
Yeah, Resendiz getting sneaky now, getting some inside punches when they're trying to break.
Under a minute left in round 5, scheduled for 12 at 168 pounds.
There was also a right hand landed by Resendiz to the body.
And Resendiz will take 1 for 1. He'll take it.
Always the essence of a give and take fighter.
This has the potential. We're in round 5. But
10 seconds.
Misses with the left uppercut. Misses again with the left uppercut.
He's only throwing one shot. Can't do that.
9.
The 52 in round 5 compared to Plant 7 to 45, and Resendiz landed Plant 5-4 in the power shot department. According to our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, Plant is ahead 48-47, but he gave Resendiz round number 5. This is round 6. And the pressure now on Resendiz, the jab lands. Resendiz going downstairs to the right.
Resendiz been taking his time building together this momentum, but he's at the midway point of the fight, exactly where he would want to be, in the fight, landing the bigger shots, and being the dictator of the terms at times here now against Plant.
Resendiz team really did their homework. They knew that Plant was going to start backing up. He was going to feel confident in the first round, and here comes Resendiz. Jab now is lost by Resendiz. He's taking that jab away by throwing his own.
High percentage thus far. Resendiz.
Once again,
Left hook lands for Plant.
once again, Caleb Plant on the inside with those short counter shots, those hooks, really showing the evolution of the tools that he has offensively.
But again, look,
He stays true on the long.
he's waiting too much right now. Exactly.
And this pro Resendiz crowd is really heating up with every connected punch.
And even the ones that don't connect.
The momentum totally changed. It shifted to Resendiz side.
Final 60 seconds of the 6. Resendiz coming on. Plant's offense has been absolutely muted here in the 6th round.
Body shot there by Plant, but it has to be more than just one punch. You gotta let your hands go. There's a right hand.
See if Resendiz goes back to some type of looping shots. Think of Marcos Maidana when he backs down Floyd Mayweather's scoops.
10 seconds.
Resendiz with a 14-6 edge and power punches landed in the 5th and 6th rounds. Plant going downstairs to kick off round 7.
Yes, he needs to do that. He's got to slow down Resendiz.
There's a counter left. Resendiz lands on the face of Plant. Lead left hook rolls around the guard. Resendiz by Plant. Rolls off single shots. He continues to back up.
It seems like Plant is still bothered by that last round.
Good
When he got
punch by
hurt.
Plant. There's a left uppercut on the inside by Plant and the double jab.
Absolutely brilliant pinpoint counter punching from Plant here.
But it's only one shot, guys. It's got to take more than just one shot to get Resendiz off you.
Resendiz walking forward, Plant using the jab to try to nullify the attack. Official score, Larry Hazard now has the fight even after 6 rounds as we begin the second half of the scheduled 12-round super middleweight contest.
Remember, it was Caleb Plant who made the genius adjustment against Trevor McCovey last time to start working on the inside. It may not be the adjustment he needs in this fight, but he needs one because you're seeing Resendiz break through that defense consistently.
Yeah, definitely a different second half of the fight in this one. than the McCartney fight because we see AK Resendiz.
Resendiz goes to the body, then upstairs with the left hand, keeps marching forward. The jab of Plant in his face. Plant utilizing lateral movement, but along the ropes. Resendiz smothering his offense now, closing in. There's a left uppercut on the inside by Plant.
And remember, Resendiz, he couldn't get hooked by the bait of Caleb Plant to try to lure him into his mental wounds.
A minute left in the seventh. Double jab by Resendiz. Resendiz finding his rhythm and his groove. Going to work, throwing more punches now.
I told you guys that there was going to be a time where he was going to have to turn it into a dogfight, and here it is for Plant.
Resendiz has been calm, he's been confident all week. And look at the poise for a fighter. You could just say he's more of a brawler, more rugged. You're seeing skill and placement in here tonight.
Only fighter in this fight to throw over 50 punches in a round. There's a jab that snapped. Plant's head hit. Jab to the body by Resendiz. Plant trying to maybe bait him into a counter trap, but Resendiz able to smother Plant. Plant forced to clinch. 10 seconds left in round 7. Another strong round for Resendiz. Plant to use the jab to back up Resendiz. Not a lot of offense in this fight. Resendiz landed a fight-high 16 punches in round 7, doubling Plant's number in the 7th round. And our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, has Resendiz now ahead in the fight.
And that's the thing Resendiz said about what he learned from the losses that are in his record. It's that you can lose concentration in key moments, especially when things aren't going your way. You can see visually that improvement to his game, and now he's commanding this fight.
The hands are too low for Plant. He's pulling straight back. His hands out.
He's going to the body, opening up the counter, laying up top for Resendiz, who's landed a couple of good rights.
He's giving Resendiz an opportunity to land the overhand right. There it is. Pick up your hands, Plant.
Jab by Resendiz. Backing Plant up. The rights are down again for Plant.
Plant's output continues to dip as the pressure picks up.
And it hasn't been all that much anyway throughout the fight. Here we are, round 8. Resendiz outlanding Plant.
Now Resendiz seen everything that Plant's doing right now. He's got the high guard blocking it, the straight punches that Plant is doing.
And when Resendiz commits to that heavy jab that he did in the last sequence, that's a weapon for him. I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah, it's definitely strong jab by Resendiz.
Right hand lands for Resendiz.
Smart veteran move right there by Resendiz, putting all his weight on top of Plant.
Fighters have been Plant's Achilles heel throughout his career.
Even in the big moments, like we said, his breakthrough title win over Jose Kuzkategi, Plant had a show up
10, 11, 12.
He had to show the backbone in the key rounds.
Dropped Kuzkategi in the 2nd and 4th, but yeah, survived the championship rounds to pull out the win. 45 seconds left in the 8th. Now they are at close quarters, more of a wrestling match here. Resendiz trying to fight out of the clinch, trying to punch out. Referee Harvey Dock separates them.
Yeah, and his plan mainly trying to close the gap and trying to hold Resendiz.
Short right hand, another right hand lands for Resendiz upstairs. Resendiz turns, Plant lands a left and right. Plant shot. The crowd is waiting. 10 seconds left in round 8. Resendiz opening up. Another huge round from Armando Resendiz. But he's used his head smartly as well with his strategy and game plan. He's taken over the fight. And here we are in round number 9. And that jab has also become an effective weapon for Resendiz.
Yeah, he's back to his jab. His jab is a power jab. Plant is a stick, trying to keep Resendiz out, but he's not being effective with it.
Resendiz, left uppercut on the inside. Plant clinches again, trying to punch out.
I want to start seeing the adjustments from Plant. Here it is, the 1-2 body work, more body work, grip the body to Resendiz, slow him down. Dirty, you gotta be dirty in this fight.
That's been the key to his success this wrestling, particularly with the right hand of the body.
Beat him in his own fight in the inside.
Lane right to lands downstairs for Plant.
Plant's building some momentum here.
Right uppercut lands on the inside for Resendiz. Resendiz, three-punch combination.
And just when Plant was starting to look good, Resendiz comes back with his own and reminds him that he's right here to win tonight.
This main event has been compelling and it is delivering up to this point.
Body shots by Resendiz.
I like Resendiz short body work
To the liver by Plant.
Plant sitting down on his punches more this round. That's a veteran move to slow down the momentum of his opponent.
Take. I think we're going to take a point away there for a second.
You know, Plant 2-2 in his last 4 fights, and the 2 losses to Canelo and Benavidez. Very good for the first 4 rounds, but then faded down the stretch. Resendiz seems to have paced himself for that kind of fight.
There is a reason why Plant chose Resendiz as his partner for the Canelo fight. Resendiz resembles Canelo style. The pressure, the aggression, the volume.
Under a minute left here in the 9th, and it's yet another big round for Armando Resendiz.
There's the body.
Throwing out landing Caleb Plant. Plant throwing to the body. Resendiz responds in kind. Now Resendiz putting his weight on Plant, trying to sap even more strength out of his body. Plant backing up. Nice shot by Resendiz in the jab through the guard. Resendiz throwing much more than Plant and landing.
10 seconds.
Fading.
Well, yes, he is, and this has been a heck of an audition at 168 for Resendiz' future hopes. Win or lose, he's backing the former champion up.
What does it say about Caleb?
5.
The fight could be crucial.
Round 10, what adjustments does Plant need to make down the stretch, Brian?
I don't think you can trade on the inside consistently with Resendiz, but to slow down the forward momentum, the pinpoint body shots are a big key, but you gotta pick up that output at the same time.
Yeah, I want him to throw a lot more straight punches. 1-2. Turn it into a boxing match. Hold Resendiz, turn him, and just try to win the fight from the outside. Easier said than done with the Resendiz being on top of you.
Rolly Romero played spoiler on May 2nd, upsetting Ryan Garcia and spoiling his rematch with Devin Haney. We talked about the opening, the grudge match on the horizon between Caleb Plant and Jermall Charlo. That seems to be slipping away from Caleb Plant here as we go into the first minute of round number 10.
Can Resendiz close the show with non-stop pressure? Because when he picks it up, Plant slows down. That has been a contributing trend here.
And this has been the case throughout Plant's career.
Yeah, a lot of jabs thrown in this round by
Low
Resendiz.
output, fading down the stretch. There's a short right hand by Resendiz. Counter right by Resendiz. There's a right uppercut by Plant. But Plant needs to throw a lot more.
Yeah, he's faded. I don't know if he can anymore. He's more worried about what Resendiz is going to throw.
The lead left hand there from Plant.
I'm liking Resendiz' head movement too in this fight. Something that we got to mention. I've seen in the past fights where he gets hit a lot. Not in this fight. Great head movement by Resendiz.
Resendiz leading in every statistical department. Hot shot right hand blocked by Resendiz. We have not seen Caleb Plant put together any fluid combinations, be unable to put together any combinations of any note.
And it's because the countering of Resendiz leads to back and forth trading, and that's not where Plant wants to be.
Yeah, definitely a lot more power, a lot more steam behind the punches from Resendiz. The Plant is trying to keep him away, keep him off with that jab, but not enough.
Pressure is on Plant here to do what he's known for.
Literally and figuratively.
The mid-round, mid-fight adjustment that changes the momentum of the fight.
Resendiz wearing Plant down with those body shots. The pressure taking its toll on Caleb Plant. The jabs, the hooks. It's all Armando Resendiz. He's thrown 70 punches in round 10 compared to 50 for Plant. Outlanding Plant.
But unfortunately, that means that he's going to have to stay in the pocket.
Major upset alert.
And that's where Resendiz is known to be best.
And it's a big lead on Larry Hazard's unofficial scorecard for Armando Resendiz. We told you his signature victory coming in was when he stopped Jarrett Hurd due to a severely lacerated lip. The only stoppage loss of Hurd's 30-fight pro career, and he's on the verge of recording an even bigger win here tonight against Caleb Plant.
Being smart, trying to hold.
But Plant needs to go on the offensive. The pressure mounting. Body shot by Resendiz. Body shot by Plant. And Plant is trying. Right for complete sidelines for Resendiz.
But it's the constant aggression. The problem for Resendiz in the inside. Sneaky shots, short shots.
There's a body shot by Plant, but again, single shots, no combinations, no follow-up with the right hand. And the pressure continues from Resendiz.
And you see that blood continue to flow from the eyes of Plant. The damage is piling up.
Resendiz has used his jab effectively here tonight.
Yes, he ever, yes.
And the first half of 2025 has been about the upset moments like Rolando Rivera against Ryan Garcia, or upset performances in a loss like Ramon Cardenas against the great Naoya Inoue. Resendiz adding his name to that equation, but also announcing himself as a tough out in this division, which is something that wasn't secured coming into this fight.
Under a minute left in the 11th.
They said Resendiz might be too small for this weight class. He's showing otherwise. He's a
Performance. Plant going to the body. Unable to do what his trainer Brendan Edwards wanted him to do. Next, in large part because of Resendiz's sustained pressure. It's incredible how much Resendiz is dominating Plant statistically down the stretch of this fight. And it goes again to the old story for Caleb Plant, fading down the stretch.
Done sucking.
And in this case, Resendiz is proving he belongs in the melee with the other men who've done that to Plant.
Counter right by Plant.
Side.
Almost all Resendiz.
And the rounds that Resendiz have won have been clear cut. This is not going to do it for Caleb Plant.
unnecessary jumping there. Just wasting energy. Waste that energy throwing punches, Plant. There we go.
We've also never seen this mature a boxing performance from Resendiz before. Not on this level.
But again,
Nice shot by Resendiz.
yeah, the sharp, great hand movement side by side by Resendiz, making it hard for Plant to land those straight punches.
Resendiz on top of Plant. Continues to put on the pressure of the front foot. Goes to the bottom. from Resendiz upstairs.
There's no answer for that to Brent. There it is, and 1-2, move to the side. Don't stay on the ropes.
Coming into this fight, would you have thought that Armando Resendiz would have a better connect percentage than a guy like Caleb Plant, Ryan Campbell?
No chance from what we thought we knew coming in here between these two fighters, but that's why you throw the odds out the window. When you touch gloves, anything can happen. And El Toro is making his bid in the super middleweight division.
He's closing the show, guys.
Pressure makes diamonds. Armando Resendiz shining bright like one here in his first 12-round attraction under the bright lights of Las Vegas against a former champion in Caleb Plant. Armando Resendiz 40 seconds away from the biggest win of his career, from the best gift he can give his child that's weeks away from arriving. Father-to-be, putting it all on the line. 20 seconds left.
He said his secret to pulling the upset was that fatherhood that's coming.
God fucking.
What pride is he showing right now?
Such a scorecard time.
$113 to division. Here are the score.
Official decision.
Which should be.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a split decision. Here are the score totals.
Oh boy.
Judge at ringside, Max DeLuca scores the bout 116 to 112 in favor of Armando Resendiz. Judge at ringside, David Sutherland scores the bout 115 to 113 to Caleb Plant. Judge at ringside, Steve Weisfeld sees it 116 to 112 in favor of the winner. And the new interim
Oh no.
champion, Armando Toro.